Determine the greatest 3-digit number exactly divisible by 8, 10 and 12. You have to find the greatest 3-digit number possible that is exactly divisible by 8, 10 and 12. That is, when you divide that number by 8, 10 and 12, you should not get any remainder. Now, what you have to do is first find the least common multiple of 8, 10 and 12. By that, you will get the least number or the smallest number that will be divisible by all these three. Okay, that will be the common number or the least number that will be divisible by this 8, 10 and 12. Now find this LCM. So LCM will be, your LCM will be 8, 10, 12 and divide by 2, you'll get 4. This will be 5, this will be 6. Here 2, here 5 and 3. This will be 2, 1, 5 and 3. And divide by 3, then this 1 and this is 5. Okay, so your LCM will be 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. And this will be 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8 times 3 is 24 times 5 is 120. So 120 is that least number or the smallest number that will be divisible by these three numbers. Okay, this is the least number, that is the least common multiple. So 8, 10 and 12 are factors of 120. Now, since you have to find the greatest 3-digit number, you have to find the greatest 3-digit number exactly divisible by 8, 10 and 12. For that, what you have to find, you just find out the greatest 3-digit number that is exactly divisible by 120. I'm repeating again, since you have to find the greatest 3-digit number that is exactly divisible by 8, 10 and 12, and there is no way to find directly that number, what you have to do is take the help of this least common multiple, because 8, 10 and 12 are factors of 120, and if you find a greatest 3-digit number that will be exactly divisible by 120, then 120 will be the factor of that number, and therefore 8, 10 and 12 will also be the factor of that number. And let me show you what is the greatest 3-digit number. You will say that the greatest 3-digit number is 999, right? Because 1000 will be a 4-digit number. This is the smallest 4-digit number, and the greatest 3-digit number is 999. Now if you divide it by 120, you will get 8, so this will be 960, right? And you'll get 30 as a remainder. Now you can see that 999 is the greatest 3-digit number, but if you multiply 120 by 8, you are getting 960, and if you multiply 120 by 9, here you will get a 4-digit number, and you don't need that. That will be a 4-digit number. You need the greatest 3-digit number that will be divisible by 120. So of course that is 960, because 120 times 8 is 960. If you do 120 times 9, that will exceed 999, and that is not applicable here, and that will be a 4-digit number. So the greatest 3-digit number that will be divisible by 120 will be 120 times 8, that is 960. This is the greatest 3-digit number that is exactly divisible by 120. Now, since 8, 10 and 12 are factors of 120, and 120 is a factor of 960. 8, 10 and 12 are factors of 120. 120 is a factor of 960. Therefore 8, 10 and 12 will also be the factors of 960. Therefore 960 will be that greatest 3-digit number that will be exactly divisible by 8, 10 and 12. And why? Because 8, 10 and 12 are factors of 120, and 120 is a factor of 960. 960 is the greatest 3-digit number that is exactly divisible by 120. Therefore 960 will also be the multiple of these factors, that is 8, 10 and 12, and therefore this is that number which we need.